There's young boys particularly, it's always boys, who can't have a functioning muscle and therefore are rendered immobile and eventually die because of cardiac and pulmonary muscle failure. It's 100% fatal, and we're working to change that right now. There's no lack of hope for the way we can find treatments and cures. There are so many promising things out there, but the obstacles are really not the belief that we can find it, but financial and bureaucratic obstacles to getting the research done. So Zubin's Wish is working to get that money right into the hands of the researchers who need to have it. And since we are 100% volunteer-based, all of our money goes directly to where it needs to go. Last year, we were able to raise enough money to fund a trial at Johns Hopkins and Kennedy Kaiser with 3 other foundations and work on a drug that's already in existence that has real potential to reverse and delay the cardiomyopathy that kills these boys. And so it's really exciting for us because we put our money into action. We're watching the trial take forth, and we feel really good about that. We feel proud and excited that we've been able to mobilize and make change. Just as an example, I was really inspired last month. A trial came out of Ohio University that looked at 2 medicines that are already in existence, which makes the process speedier, and looked at it in mice and found 80% muscle degeneration prevention in mice that were given DMD. That's huge. That's really inspiring. And it's moving to human clinical trials this year. And that entire trial, the reason I'm telling you about it is because it was funded by one family's work to get it going. And that's what grassroots foundations do. We make change, we make it happen, and it's exciting, and it feels good. It feels like we can cut out the middleman and work to get what we need done. So that's really exciting work for us. And you know, that's inspiring. That's why I do this work. I'm also very personally motivated. My son Zubin, who you've probably seen flashing up here, has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and it's actually, ironically, wasn't planned, but it is the exact 4th anniversary of the day we learned that he has this disease. And that day was a day that changed our lives forever. It was a day that no mother or father ever want to dream of. But if you have a child or a child you love or care about, you can imagine how, I'm going to get emotional, it's a real emotional day for me, how you can be plunged into severe darkness in a millisecond. So we're here and we're doing good work and trying to take that suffering and make it into change. So there's clear reasons why I'm personally motivated to do this work, but what I really want to share with you, because it's a particularly emotional day for me, is that there's a really bigger reason I do this work, and that's because through this work I connect really deeply to other people's suffering, and then I face my own more than I would if I didn't step out into the world to do that. And really the only way we can connect to our own suffering is to share it and realize that we're all suffering together. There really is no isolation in this. We really are together. And so connecting and giving that meaning is really why we do this work. You know, for me, it's a way, it's the basis of what's called loving kindness. I heard it once described as developing that spaciousness of mind and heart so big, so vast, so open, that you could be filled with love and really connect to the world around you. And from that love, you could pull infinite amounts of compassion and fearlessness and integrity. And that's where meaning comes from, and that's where suffering turns into good work and feels like a place that you can live and thrive in. So for me, this is a way of stepping into the world instead of retreating from it. It's a way to greet the world and say I'm part of it and not separate from it. And my sincere hope is that all of you will find a way to connect in the world, whether it's through Zubin's Wish or other ways, and that you'll take yourself and say, I'm stepping into the world and finding out that suffering is really all the same. It's part of the same and not the other. And that's where that extreme joy can come from. So, you know, last year I stood up here and talked about how I have hope. I was reflecting on that today. And I have hope and spaciousness. And I really feel like the way that we connect is how that hope and spaciousness flows. So I really thank you for allowing that fountain to flow. And I hope that you have learned about Duchenne muscular dystrophy tonight, that somehow we've touched your heart so that we can all feel like we're in this together. And I really thank you for coming out tonight. Thanks so much.